All right, so that was fun. I just kind of created my watch list live. I finally figured out YouTube Live thanks to some help from some chat room members. And the trick for me, in case anyone cares, was opening up or logging into Google Hangouts. I think that's what finally put me over the top. Um, but a lot of the encoding software, if you go the other way, uh, forces you to download software, which then asks you if it can literally have access to your entire account on YouTube or Facebook, and I didn't feel very comfortable with that, so deleted all that. And anyway, finally on YouTube Live, it was fun. I appreciate some people popping in. I think we had, and I didn't announce it ahead of time. I just tweeted it out that hey, I'm making the watch this video. I think we had at some point 40 something people in there. So anyway, thanks for showing up. It's a lonely endeavor building a watch list every night in my office. So it was nice to have company. And anytime you see me tweet that or whatever, feel free to pop in. Happy to take questions while I'm doing it. I'll take criticisms. I'll take anything. Just nice to have company. So most of you that were there already know my watch list for tomorrow, but I'm going to give you the condensed version this time because I think I might have babbled and gone over maybe an hour. I don't know. So the SPY, another red day, a little extra volume over like what happened mostly last week, kind of sitting at the 20-day, which it held the 20-day here and here. Who knows? There's always macro environment worries about tariffs and Turkey and whatever. But overall, it's just a low volume August. And so I'm trading much less than I normally do, but I'm still trading every day. So GSKY was on bounce watch coming into Monday, and I didn't give any kind of setup, and another red day. At some point, this gapped up, what, 5 sessions ago, and actually opened at 22 and went to 22.30, and straight down, straight off a cliff since then, all the way down to 14.50. So if I get a low-risk intraday bounce setup, I'm going to take it, right? There's not much chart to go on because it's a recent new issue, but it's certainly worth having on bounce watch. Again, it didn't cost me anything today because it didn't give any kind of signal. NLSN, I don't know. I think it's worth watching. It gapped up into this gap, closing off of its lows but off its highs. If we can get like a narrow range tomorrow and then an upside break, I think you might get a nice bounce. I think there was a stake announced in that one and maybe some activist chatter or something along that line. So we're going to watch that one. CRMD, I actually like it. Gapped up today, topped out where it opened at 62, but near the end of the day, this kind of came up and tested the early high. Here's the opening 5-minute candle, and here's the end of the day. Came up and tested that area. So it certainly looks good over 62. Recent high flyer, big move back here, and then a nice bounce on Friday, and holding up pretty well. So anyway, it looks good over 62 to me. GLBS, if you were in the live session tonight, you know I was very hesitant to put this on watch because you had this pop here, and then just a couple quiet inside days. I mean, maybe over 50 cents. I've got in my notes 49 because the 2-day high here is 48, but it's gone down to 90,000 shares today, so it feels like nobody's watching it, but we'll see. If volume comes in and it breaks the half, I might give it a shot. I kind of like this one. IDRA had a recent reverse split, so a lot of times these get moving anyway. You can see a 1 for 8 back here. 3 sessions ago, it popped up to 795, then today to 781. So in my notes, I've got 782 would be a break of today's high, 796 would be a break of Thursday's high, and then maybe 8 becomes an inflection point and a break through that. So this is a pretty clean one to watch, IDRA. NIHD, really strong, then kind of came off a cliff, but held the $5 area. Nice bounce on Friday, then today an inside day, so it looks good kind of over that 2-day high maybe. EKSO was actually pointed out to me by somebody who showed up at the watch list, live watch list building tonight. They asked about this one. It's kind of interesting. Had the breakout here, and then it gapped down because the next morning was earnings. But guess what? They bought it right up, even after the, I guess what was deemed a poor earnings release. And then it ran again, and then sellers came in on an intraday basis. They bought it up again because it's got this tail here. And then today, kind of a quiet, narrow range day. So I like it over today's high, over 270, knowing that 281 would be a break of this red day's high, so that's another potential catalyst. So 271 would break today's high. So 271 and 281 are potential catalysts to maybe propel this up to 3. All right, so I like that setup. IFMK, big pop here, pulled back for a few days, and then a nice strong move today. It actually didn't close at 380. When you go to intraday, you can see it actually closed at 362. So that's kind of like an errant tick on my chart or something. But still, big move, pullback, and then a strong move today. Certainly worth watching tomorrow. CHKE, I was also hesitant to put this on watch because, you know, it's really not doing anything. But it had a nice 2-day move here, and it's in a tight range. So I don't know if this can get up in the mid to high 90 cents, then you might just rip through $1 and test this high. So it goes on a chart, but I'm going to need to see something, you know, some volume and a tighter spread than it's had the last few days. Sorry, my chair is squeaking here. XBIO, big move today on big volume. Closed off of its highs, but also well off its lows. It's got to go on the watch list. SBBP, big move here, and now it's coiling. I want to say consolidating or coiling, but I don't want to give the impression that a consolidation means it's flagging and it's going to go higher, because it can also consolidate and go lower. But I like the way it's holding up, and it's kind of hanging out, holding on to the $6 area. So I will be watching for an upside break, but we'll see if it happens. And then lastly, TIS, which is a beaten up stock, and then very strong volume today, over 16 million, and the range was from 70 cents to 265. That's a huge move, and a massive volume for this. So we'll see if it gets a follow through day tomorrow. That's plenty to watch. Check down below for some special offer links. And I'm going to leave it at that, man. My voice is shot. We'll see everybody tomorrow. Have a good night.